everyone. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Whitney Schaefer, and I am the Director of Alumni Engagement here at Flagler, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 20th Annual Athletics Hall of Fame Dinner and Ceremony. Tonight we are celebrating 4 incredible people who have left their mark on Flagler athletics in ways that can't be measured by stats. Each of this year's inductees have contributed to Flagler's legacy in meaningful ways and have inspired countless others to follow in their footsteps. We have many esteemed members of the Hall of Fame with us here tonight, and I'm very thrilled to add Sarah, Dick, Kathy, and Katie to their ranks. This event is a testament to the spirit of Flagler athletics, a community of athletes, coaches, supporters, and fans, all bound together by the love of sportsmanship, a commitment to excellence, and some very, very loud and passionate cheering. I also want to make sure that everybody got a chance to see the Athletics Hall of Fame ring downstairs, and if you didn't get a chance to look at it during the social, they will still be available after dinner tonight. All right, let's get this celebration started the right way with a wonderful dinner. We want to say a big thank you to Matt Sylvester and Carabas for sponsoring tonight's dinner. And my colleagues and I will be walking around dismissing tables one by one to get the buffet, which is just out here. And once dinner is over, we will start our program. Thank you so much for being here. Well, I hope you all enjoyed dinner. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 5th president of Flagler College, Mr. John Delaney.
Thanks, Whitney, and I want to congratulate the honorees tonight, and it's always special for your alma mater to recognize what you've done for your school, and also Dick and Kathy have become friends as well, and I kind of don't know who adopted who in that. Did we adopt them, or did they adopt us? And probably a little bit of both, but the last couple of seasons have just been spectacular for the athletic program across the board, and I know Judd will mention that in a minute. And golf is making a great run as well out in Las Vegas. And that's because it's built on everybody that came before it. And so those of you that have supported the program, played for the program, it's really what you've helped make this college into. So we certainly want to thank you with that. And one of the key people that helped build this place is former President Bill Hebert and his wife Susan. We want to thank them. I talk frequently when we visit and travel to visit alums, the great respect that those alums have for Bill and, of course, President Proctor before. And we were chatting, Dan and I were chatting a little earlier, that the alums and the graduates here have almost a cult-like attachment to this school. And particularly in those early years when it was small and it was kind of, paycheck to paycheck. But they've built one wonderful place, and I certainly have enjoyed my last few years. With that, I'm going to introduce it to Judd Damon, our athletic director.
Good evening, everybody. I love this night. It's so fun to be here with so many friends and people who love the Flagler Saints. It's going to be very difficult this year to top what happened here last year at the Hall of Fame. Anybody who was here remembers Justine and Karen going in the Hall of Fame, and I mean, it was standing room only, and I've been feeling guilty for a year. Where's Justine right now? Oh, there you are. I've been feeling guilty, Justine, because after Karen spoke, I said that was, and Justine went before Karen, and then I said, oh, that was the best Hall of Fame speech ever, and I'm like, yeah, it was. But Justine's was great. Yours was fantastic, and it's hard to do. But Karen, I mean, it was magical. She's like, I wasn't even trying to be funny, but she had us rolling. It was amazing. But I just wanted to provide a real quick, as President Delaney mentioned, update on the athletics program here. And many of you in this room wore the Flagler uniform, and you love to see the Saints doing well. This year, there are a lot of ways you can measure how an athletics program is doing. One of the ways is the number of teams that are nationally ranked. This year we have more teams nationally ranked than we've ever had. And we had more teams more highly nationally ranked than we ever had. But a really good indicator is the number of teams that are advancing to NCAA postseason competition. Last year we had 9 teams in the NCAAs, and President Delaney said, is that the most ever? I said, yeah, it ties it. I think back in maybe 2010-11 was the only other time we had 9 teams. This year we have 12. And two of them are still going. Women's golf is in Las Vegas, finishing the 3rd round of the Nationals. And the way they do that, they play 3 rounds, and there are 18 teams there. The top 8 teams will advance to the medal round. It's like match play, and you got to play 2, and it's like a bracket of 8, and 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, and you keep going. You got to play 2 rounds on Friday, and then the national championship match on Saturday. Our women's team is ranked number 3 in the country. Last I checked, I think Karen's probably looking at it right now. What are we in 2nd place? We're like 17 under, our team is so far in the tournament. So we're definitely going to make the cut. So Ms. Karen made flight reservations. We're leaving at 6 a.m. tomorrow to go out there and hopefully see the Saints win a national championship. And our women's tennis team just won their sub-region up in North Carolina, and we got matched up in the finals against Catawba College, who was the number 1 seed and the host, and their record was 24-0 going into the match, and we beat them. Yeah. So, I mean, it's great, and I'm so proud of many of the competitive accomplishments that the Saints have had this year. But as most of you know, I think the thing that makes our athletics program unique is not just the competitive success, it's that we've tried to build it on a foundation of character and sportsmanship and professionalism, and we really believe in it. It's not marketing tools to, promote our program. We really believe that this is how we want to run this program, and for me, it's why I come to work every day, and it gives my work a lot more significance than just a W and an L. We're trying to make sure that we are developing the student athletes that play here and helping them be prepared for life, and Flagler has always done that. And so our teams continue to be recognized for their sportsmanship. Our teams continue to be recognized for their academic success. Our student athletes, which we have about 420 of them now, are achieving they have a higher grade point average than the general student body does, and that's true almost every year. They're retaining at a higher rate, graduating at a higher rate, and representing the school really well, not just in terms of competitive success, but in how they handle themselves. So I'd like to, invite you all to go to flaglerathletics.com, and you can see all the successes we've had this year. Hopefully you're following that, and so I don't need to list all of them, but there are a couple of things I'd like to do before we begin the inductions, and one is I'd like to ask every Flagler Athletics Hall of Fame member who's here tonight, if you would and you can, please stand and be recognized. Sarah and Katie, you're not actually in the Hall of Fame yet, okay? I just want you... You will be in a few minutes, but not yet. I'm glad you stood up anyway. You ready to go? Okay. And I also wanted, we have some members of the Flagler College Athletics staff who are here tonight, and the best people I've ever worked with. If you could please stand and be recognized, we want to thank you. And Sarah, you're going in first, okay? Yeah, and now that I'm referring to my notes, I have to break out my spectacles. You've never seen me have to do this before, because when you were here, I didn't have to. Not that it was that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. So allow me to mention from my notes, Sarah was born in Akron, Ohio, attended Firestone High School, where her volleyball journey began. At Firestone, she was a 4-year letter winner in volleyball, broke the school record for kills in a match with 38. A 2-time second-team all-district selection, she also earned all-city honors 3 times. Off the court, she was a 2-time all-academic honoree and 2-time team captain. And the day that Matt Affolder told me that she was coming, I think it was the biggest smile I've ever seen on his face. You're not going to believe this kid is coming. Sarah Davis, she's amazing. And she certainly was. She moved to St. Augustine to become a Flagler Saint, playing volleyball 4 years, of course. She started every match in her collegiate career, immediately making an impact as the 2014 AVCA Southeast Region and PBC Freshman of the Year. PBC is the Peach Belt Conference. Her freshman season, she had 329 kills, 107 blocks, and a rare triple-double against King. She consistently led the team in kills and blocks throughout her 4 years and topped the 1,000 kill mark in her junior season. In 2016, she earned Peach Belt Conference Tournament MVP honors after a 29-kill performance in the championship match. As a senior, she dominated the Peach Belt Conference, leading in hitting percentage, solo blocks, and total points. She finished her final season with 390 kills, a .404 hitting percentage, ranked 7th in the nation, and 4 Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week awards. Her accolades include being named the 2017 Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year and Southeast Region Player of the Year. She was 3-time All Peach Belt Conference first team selection and received All-America honors in both her junior and senior years. Graduated with a bachelor's in coastal environmental science and then went on to play professional volleyball in Germany and France. Although the pandemic kind of cut her overseas career short, her passion and resilience remained unwavering. Volleyball drove Sarah through the 4 years of college, shaping her into the resilient, hardworking, and determined person that she is today. She now lives in California, working as a laboratory technologist, one of the most dominant and decorated athletes in Flagler history. It's my honor to present Sarah Davis for induction into the Flagler Athletics Hall of Fame.
pull up my notes now. All right. Oh, wow. Wow, what an incredible honor. Standing here tonight, being inducted into the Flagler College Hall of Fame is truly surreal. It's these kinds of moments you dream about when you're a young athlete. First comes the dream of becoming coordinated enough to stop turning in circles around the court. Second is to become a collegiate athlete, even if that means sitting on the bench. The dream of becoming an inductee into the Flagler College Hall of Fame felt out of reach, just like all my other dreams, but here we are, each dream achieved, and I am so damn proud. Back in high school, I had no idea what my future in volleyball would look like. I was just trying to navigate the chaos, tournaments, emails, figuring out how recruiting even worked. It felt as though no coaches wanted to connect with me. My confidence took a hit. Then out of the blue, my club coach told me a college coach had asked about me. I didn't think much about it until my teammates started pulling up photos of this beautiful campus with a castle-looking building. And of course, that castle was Flagler College. I decided to accept Matt's visit invitation, and that visit changed everything. The energy of the people, it sparked something in me. Looking back, I know it was exactly where I was meant to be. The journey that followed wasn't always easy, but it was everything I needed. I'm proud of myself and the woman I've become. I wouldn't change a single second of it. A huge part of that growth, both on and off the court, was because of Coach Matt. Matt, thank you. You weren't just a coach. You were a mentor, a motivator, and a steady believer in me, even during times I couldn't fully believe in myself. You challenged me to level up, not just as an athlete, but as a leader. They say champions make champions. And keep in mind, he was with Flagler for 8 years, with 8 Peach Belt Conference championship, 5 NCAA tournament appearances, and 1 regional title under his belt. There's no doubt that his player's success has his fingerprint all over it. So thank you, Matt. So thank you. Thank you, Matt, for fueling my competitive fire and helping it grow into 4 unforgettable years of achievement. And thank you to Pete and Kelly. I could not have done it without their kind support on the court and through my academics. To my mom, thank you for being my rock. Your endless support, your belief in me, and your willingness to be there through every step of this journey means everything. Whether it was driving hours to tournaments, sending words of encouragement, or just being the steady presence I could always count on, you've been my biggest fan. And I couldn't be here without you. And thank you for always being on standby for my random calls, whether it was, how do I do this? Or help, I've done this. How do I fix it? In the middle of the night. And let's be honest, there were a lot of those and you always picked up. To my friends and family here today, thank you from the bottom of my heart for always being there for me. Many of you traveled across the country just to be here, and that kind of love and support means more than I could ever express. A special shout out to my Ohio buddy, Aaron. Your presence through every twist and turn of this journey has meant the world to me. There were moments when this path took everything I had, but your constant encouragement never wavered. Your belief in me carried me through, and I'll never forget it. To Tasia, my girl, my roommate, teammate, and sister in every way except blood, thank you for being by my side through it all. You kept me sane, pushed me when I needed it, and reminded me who I was when I forgot. I really couldn't have done this without you. You and your baby boy are beautiful, and I love watching him grow to become a beautiful person just like his mama. And lastly, to volleyball. Thank you. As much as this sport has given me accolades, growth, unforgettable experiences, it's also been one of my greatest teachers. It taught me resilience. It taught me leadership. It taught me how to persevere when things got tough. Volleyball shaped me into the person I am today, and I'm beyond grateful for everything it's given me, both as an athlete and as a human being. And without volleyball, I never would have met my best friend and fiance, Johnny. Playing professionally brought me halfway across the world, where I crossed paths with another professional athlete that played water polo, which is a slightly similar ball, but trust me, it is way different. Johnny, thank you for supporting me through everything these last 6 years. My 4 years at Flagler College were truly some of the best of my life. I learned so much about the game of volleyball, sure, but also about myself, about resilience, about teamwork, and about the world. I discovered that the best kind of strength doesn't always show up on the stat sheets, and kindness is a very important thing. Even if I didn't always portray that kindness during media interviews or to opposing teams. Sorry, Matt. Thank you again to the selection committee, Judd Damon, Flagler College, and to everyone who's been a part of this journey. I'm beyond honored, incredibly grateful, and so proud to represent this amazing program. And as LeBron James once said, I'm just a little kid from Akron, Ohio.
That was wonderful, Sarah. Kathy, are we ready? Okay. All right. It's time where I get to share some thoughts on Dick and Kathy Keller, who are going in tonight to our Hall of Fame as supporters. Both Dick and Kathy are from upstate New York and met on the train commuting to work in New York City. Apparently, love bloomed on the train, and Dick and Kathy have been married for 43 years. Both are avid sports fans, although Dick shows a little more wisdom. He's a Red Sox fan, and Kathy's a lifelong Yankees fan. And both have always loved college basketball. While working and living in New Hampshire for almost 20 years, they never missed a basketball game at St. Anselm's, Dick's alma mater, class of '69. So when they moved to St. Augustine in 2009, it was a natural transition to attend Flagler's basketball games. It didn't take long for Dick and Kathy to fall in love with Flagler College, its staff, coaches, and student athletes, as well as diehard fans, several of whom are here with us tonight. In 2012, I think it was, Alan Braddock introduced the Kellers to the Saints Club Advisory Board, and Dick has served on the board since that time, including serving as president of the board from 2019 to 2023. Since 2016, Kathy has been a member of the Flagler College Women of Vision Advisory Board as one of the founding members. Kathy served as interim vice chair for the 23-24 session. Before that, she served as board chair from 2018 to 2020. In 2018, Dick helped to establish the Lead Fund Endowed Scholarship and helped to establish the Lead Fund Advisory Board. He served as its chair from 2018 to 2022. The Kellers have established the Jacek Lottie Endowed Scholarship for men's basketball, the Dick and Kathy Keller Endowed Scholarship for women's basketball, the Dick and Kathy Keller Endowed Scholarship for men's basketball, the Kathy Keller Women of Vision Endowed Scholarship, and the Dick and Kathy Keller Endowed Fund for Excellence in Music. That's a lot. Dick and Kathy have 3 sons, 6 grandchildren, all of whom have caught the Flagler College spirit and have also attended Flagler games despite living in other states. They're hoping their granddaughter Lydia will be a future Saint on the women's basketball team. Coach Smith is, I know, doing some scouting. But I wanted to just add something else to that on a personal level. And I've shared this before, and so I'm going to try very hard. I told Kathy tonight, there's one thing I can't stand is watching a man cry. And she said, well, I've seen you cry before, Judd. I said, well, I'm not going to do it tonight. But I'm going to take a deep breath and tell you the kind of people Dick and Kathy are. 2016, my mom passed away. And I'm from Massachusetts originally, so the service for her was in Massachusetts. in Fall River, Massachusetts, which is in southeastern Massachusetts down near Cape Cod. Dick and Kathy spend their summers up in New Hampshire, central New Hampshire. I didn't even know they knew that my mom had passed away, but they had heard that she had, and the service took place, and at the end of the service, I was standing in the front of the church talking to my brother and sister, I think, and I saw Dick and Kathy come walking up, and they had come all the way from New Hampshire, just to give me a hug. And it meant so much to me as just on a human level that friends would be like that. And that's the kind of people they are. Yes, they're extremely generous, and they're going into the Hall of Fame tonight as supporters of the athletics program. But they're also great friends and great people. So it's truly an honor to present for induction into the Flagler Athletics Hall of Fame our great friends and supporters, Dick and Kathy Keller.
I have to move the mic down because I'm not an athlete, not tall. I'm going to speak for both of us because Dick says I'm chatty Kathy. So here we go. Judd, thank you. It's funny, I wasn't sure how to start, but actually, President Delaney, you made me realize how to start when you said you don't know who adopted who. So when we moved to St. Augustine in 2009, we didn't know a soul. And once we started coming to the basketball games and getting to know people at Flagler, all of a sudden our life changed. And many of our friends, all because of the athletics program, are here tonight. So that's it. We adopted you for sure. I would like to say that the athletics department is amazing. We love Judd, but we also are coaches. We're so excited that both of our basketball coaches are here because, as you saw, we're big basketball fans. We never miss a game. Thank you, Mo, and thank you, Blake, for being here. And Kieran, I'm still mad about last year because you were so funny, and I don't know how to do that. Although I do have a story about Chris that might make you laugh. I'm not sure. Most of the people here that are our guests really started our love for Flagler. Actually, our very first people that we ever met, they're sitting right there, Larry and Cheryl Jones. Larry was a realtor that we just picked out of nowhere, right? You responded to an email. And we met Larry and connected with him and said, St. Augustine is where we want to move. And after we bought our condo, we celebrated and I met Cheryl, and so did Dick. We had lunch together. And she and I have been best friends for the last 16 years. So that was the beginning. And then we still didn't know anything about Flagler, but we decided to visit Alan Braddock, who's also at our table. And Alan is a inductee from a few years ago, and he was a tennis player, a really good tennis player, I think. And we started talking. We saw Alan to talk about our insurance and our investments, and we started talking sports. Well, that was the end. Couldn't stop Dick and Alan from talking. And Alan told us about tennis, but then we said how much we love college basketball, and he brought us to a game, introduced us to Judd, and Dr. Aber, I think we met you like that first day, and we were so impressed. I don't think we ever missed a game after that, but thank you. And Aaron and Alan have become really good friends of ours. Then, of course, some friends we met cheering in the stands. When early on, Kathy, I don't know if we met you right away, but the Lowe's, Mike and Kathy, Mike would come to all the games. He never missed. Did you ever miss a game? I don't think so. And his son, Austin, and they would sit behind us in the cheap seats because we didn't have good seats yet. And Austin was a teenager, and they became family to us. He was very shy, and we started yelling at the refs together, remember? And cheering our teams. And the next thing you know, we become friends, and we watched Austin grow up. We were invited to his wedding to Danelle, and now they have a little baby boy who's adorable, Isaiah. And he comes to the games and sits right in front of us in the good seats. And we're trying to be good and not yell at the refs too much because we don't want to set a bad example. And then, of course, the Riggs are here, Deb and Jim. And again, we didn't know them, but they came to every game, so we started talking. And now we are really good friends. Deb is always there for me, helping me with things, and she joined the Women of Vision and is a huge supporter. Also has an endowed scholarship and also runs the mentoring program. She's such an asset to Flagler College. And Jim joined the Saints Club with Dick. So this all just from being in the stands, cheering everybody on. It was amazing. Okay, so now the other people that are here that are our guests are former basketball players, Chris and Mandy Metzger. We remember them when it wasn't Mandy Metzger, but we knew that they were in love. And we got the joy of watching them play. And it really is about the student athletes. Some of the best friendships we have made are with the student athletes. And I have to tell a story, and now I do have to look because I can't remember all these dates. But remember 4 years ago? 4 years ago, the men's basketball team won everything. They couldn't lose. They won the Peach Belt Conference. They won the regional, the South something regional. And here we were, this little school, Flagler College, going to the Elite Eight for the Division II, NCAA Division II. So that's national. We're like going to the Elite Eight. We are so excited. Remember, Mandy, we were texting, right? Because you couldn't go. So a bunch of us went. The Riggs were there. We all flew or drove. Clay and Pam were there. Pam won a lot of money at the casino. Remember? We had the best time. Let's see who. I'm trying to remember who else was there, but it was awesome. I know Judd was there. Right, Judd? Okay, so now, this is what I want to tell you. So we're at the Elite Eight, and we're playing Truman. Who said that? Very good. Okay, so Truman is up by 1, 69 to 68. Okay? And there are, now I took pictures, so I know, 33 seconds remaining. Do you remember this, Chris? And we get the ball because we get one chance. Okay. So we're sitting there waiting, and they take the ball down. Chris gets fouled. Okay. Chris was an amazingly great basketball player. When it came to, what's that called when you're in the paint? Is that what you were? What are you? Yeah, he's a post player. He's a big center. Jasek throws him the ball and he just puts it in. But foul shooting, not so good. So I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if you were 50%. Were you 50%? Less than 50. So we're like, oh, shit. So, oh my God. So we're all praying. He's at the foul line. We're all praying. Oh, please, just make one, because just make one. He gets up there, right in. Didn't even touch the rim, remember? It went right in. We're like, wow. So they go, well, what are our chances? Oh, please make the second one. We can't take overtime. We'll be so, remember, guys? Oh my God, our hearts. So Chris, less than 50% foul shooter, gets up there, goes in. Oh, yeah. So we're all screaming and yelling like we usually are. And there's like 7 seconds left. 7 on the clock. So they have to hold them. And they did it. So the defense worked, and we won, and we went to the Final Four. I think. Oh, there you go. So we went to the Final Four, and it was the highlight. We all had a blast. And standing next to, just so you know how much student athletes and some of our relations, I can't tell you how many friends we are and stay in touch, but Jacek is standing next to him in that picture, and Jacek Lotti was a great player as well. And he plays in Europe, and he was playing in Italy about a year and a half ago near the Amalfi Coast. So guess what? We went on vacation to the Amalfi Coast, and we watched Jacek play. I think there may be some pictures of that too. And in July, we're going to Jacek's wedding. So, and his family, we stay in touch, and there are other players too. I just heard from Amuk today on the women's team. We stay in touch. There's several players. These athletes have made a huge difference in our life. They're like our kids to us, our children. So we are honored, and we'll never miss a game. We're just honored to be included with the athletes. Thank you so, so much.
Great job, Kathy. I only have one thing to add to your speech, Kathy. Chris was a 39% free throw shooter. But you could just tell he was going to sink both those free throws. I never had a doubt. Of course, they called timeout after the first one, trying to ice him. No problem. And he sank the second one and sent us to the Final Four. And it's just a great moment in Flagler athletics history, and not just basketball. That was really exciting. So I got to Flagler College in 2009, the same year that the Kellers got to St. Augustine. And I met the most popular professor that's ever graced the halls of Flagler College, Steve Vogt, who is here tonight. And he said, I go to all the volleyball games. I never miss the volleyball games. He says, they've got a great team. But I think my favorite player is the real deal, Katie Beal. And I said, the real deal, Katie Beal, that's a great nickname. I don't know if anybody ever caught on to that, or everybody else said that, or the radio people or not, but ever since that time, that's how I referred to her. And, of course, now she has a new last name, Versaghi. And she's going in to our Hall of Fame tonight. So she grew up in Stuart, Florida, alongside her parents, Frank and Joanne, and her two older brothers, JC and Ryan. She discovered her love for volleyball in the 8th grade. Is that right? And it quickly became a lifelong passion. In 2006, she joined the Flagler College Saints, where she would make a lasting mark on the court. As a freshman, she played in all 39 matches, racking up 322 kills and 389 digs, and tying for the team lead with 44 service aces. That standout season earned her third-team All-ICAA honors and featured an impressive 16 double-doubles. In her sophomore year, she added 216 kills and 297 digs while being named ICAA Player of the Week and again earning third-team All-ICAA recognition. As a junior, she continued to shine, playing all 36 matches and totaling 197 kills, 317 digs, and 35 service aces. As a senior, and that's the year I got here, Katie played in 45 matches with 45 starts, recording 524 kills, 520 digs, and 22 double-doubles, while earning AVCA All-Southeast Region and All-Peach Belt Conference first-team honors and being named the Peach Belt Player of the Week. She tallied career highs with 20 kills in a match and 24 digs in another, proving her versatility and grit. Prior to college, she started at Martin County High School, where she set the school record with 26 kills in a single match. Her high school accolades included being named the Scripps Howard Co-Volleyball Player of the Year and earning third-team All-State honors. After graduating from Flagler in December 2010 with a degree in elementary education, she began working for the St. Johns County School District. Her path soon led to the St. Augustine Amphitheater, where she served as hospitality coordinator, combining her love of people and events. In 2011, she met her husband, Joey, and together they began growing vegetables on his family's farm, sparking their shared love of sustainable living. That passion evolved into Bee Hill Farm, now a thriving local business with nearly 200 beehives, fresh produce, and beautiful cut flowers. She and Joey are proud parents to Joel and Anna, raising their family near the college that helped shape her. And tonight, we get to honor her place in our Hall of Fame. So it's a special honor for me. My first year at Flagler, you were a star. And it was she not shakes her head. She's so humble. She's all my teammates were the stars, but she was a star. That team went to the Final Four. I thought it was going to be easy getting to Final Fours. The first fall I was here, the first fall I was here, the volleyball team went to the Final Four. I was like, oh, we'll win the national championship next year, of course. And we've never been back to the Final Four in volleyball. We come close. We come close. We went to the Elite Eight when Sarah was here. But it's a special honor for me, Katie. And one of the things I left off the list was she always came back and worked the scorer's table for many, many, many volleyball games, helping John Jordan and being a spotter and just giving back to the program in a lot of ways. So at this time, I'd like to present for induction into the Flagler Athletics Hall of Fame, the real deal, Katie Beal Versaghi.
Goodness gracious. Judd, I've been dreading this day since you honored me with this great honor, but it's been a nightmare that I have to do a speech in front of all you beautiful people, but I can talk to thousands of people every single week at the farmer's market about our business, about our honey, about our lettuce, our flowers, but why this cringes me so much, I don't know why, but I will make it quick. But thank you guys, everyone, for being here. First of all, I just want to thank God for all of his blessings that he's given me and my family, for all the opportunities, all the strength, and for him to always be watching over us. So thank you, God. Thank you to my friends and my family for being here tonight. I know this was fun for y'all, but not as fun for me, but I love you all, and I'm very honored to be here, but a little stressful for a little bit. I'm incredibly honored to be standing here today and to be recognized like this. Truly humbling, and I know I did not get here on my own, so let me please list all the special people in my life. Thank you to all my coaches, number one. So Coach Mott, who could not be here tonight, she has been here on many occasions, and I asked her to come tonight, and she just couldn't swing it, but she was here for Meg a couple years ago, and then Justine last year, and she just couldn't swing it this year, which is totally fine, but she's here in our hearts. So thank you, Coach Mott, for everything that she has taught me and showed me through the years that I was here. Thank you to Coach Kelly as well. Where are you? Coach Kelly, thank you. Coach Pete, too, you kind of came at the end of my season. I don't even remember if I was playing when you were here, but you were here through like alumni weekends and stuff, and just a great, great person. But thank you, Coach Pete. And then Leah, she was also a teammate. She lives in Australia now, one of my best friends. She was always here as well and present at the end of my volleyball career. So thank you for all that you have taught me, not only on the court, but as well as you made me such a strong person. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. To my teammates who are here tonight, some who have been also inducted into the Hall of Fame, but thank you for some of the best years of my life. Such wonderful memories. And I will cherish all the memories I made with you here at Flagler, and it was always a privilege to play with all of you. So some that were a little bit older, some that were younger than me, but and then to the post athletes as well. Watching you guys play also was very inspiring to watch you. So thank you guys as well. To my trainers, most importantly, Jim and Jen, who is not here as well, but I'm not sure I would be able to walk up these stairs or farm the way I do now without all your support after games with icing my shoulders, my knees, my ankles. So thank you, and thank you for always making working out fun, because I hated working out. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. To the Flagler staff, professors, athletic administrators, presidents, y'all made Flagler feel like a home away from home, and I just really want to thank Dr. Hebert, Mr. Vogt, Dr. Vogt, everyone else that was here. Judd, thank you all for making me feel so comfortable. It was a home away from home. But most of all, where I might start tearing up a little bit, thank you to my parents for everything. None of this would have been possible without you. And I'll try to make it a little bit funny. Countless hours of my dad spiking the volleyball at me before dinner. And then countless hours after dinner of him hearing the ball bounce off the roof. Those hours have taught me, it was practice at home without my team and discipline. And I thank you all for every single one of those moments. Driving me to and from games, driving me to practice, to games, all the countless hours of you sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting for practice to be over. Thank you for your patience. In 2009, I guess it was 2009, my parents were driving across country working for a trucking company, and I swear, I don't know how they did this, but every single game, it didn't matter if we were in North Carolina, Georgia, wherever it was, they made sure that they made it to every single one of my games. So thank you all for your time and your effort and your money. Thank you all. And then I'm going to end here with my dad has probably videotaped every single game I've been in since 8th grade. So our archive is huge. So I wanted to also thank John Jordan, because when I got to college, my dad didn't have to videotape anymore. So he could actually watch a live game and not through a camcorder. So John Jordan, you saved my dad so much time. I appreciate that. And again, I thank you all for being here. I'm going to kind of wrap it up, but this induction means so much to me, and thank you everyone who has played a role in my life and helping me get here today, and I'm just so thankful for everything. So thank you all, and go Saints!
Great job, Katie. I know you were dreading that. I know you were. She wanted to know, is there a way to go into the Hall of Fame without having to make a speech? That'd be a lot easier. One more round of applause for our inductees, our newest Hall of Fame members. So in future Hall of Fame induction ceremonies, when you come back, you guys can legitimately stand up the next time. I'm just kidding. I always am hesitant to even close the evening, because I love it so much. I love this time and this celebration of what Flagler's all about. The athletics program plays a role, but it's the college that's really special. And you can tell the impact that the college has had in the lives of the people who have been inducted here tonight. The athletics program, for its part, is always going to try to make everybody in this room proud. And we're going to do our best. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to win every national championship. But we're going to try to make you proud always. And thank you all for being here tonight.